My name is Sally Orange and I served for 22 years as a physiotherapy officer in the Royal Army Medical Corps before being medically discharged with severe depression and chronic anxiety in 2019. Having battled with suicidal thoughts for many years, I've since become a marathon runner, adventure athlete and passionate mental health campaigner. My exploits have taken me all around the globe and I've run more than 80 marathons, set a number of world records and raised in excess of £500,000 for more than 50 charities. This is my story. Yeah, 2011 when I went to Afghanistan, bit of fear, bit of excitement, the opportunity to make a difference, and particularly in the hospital and in the forward operating bases, you were seeing people at their worst, and to be able to have an impact and make a difference there was something that not everybody gets that opportunity. You do see a lot of very seriously wounded people. You put it behind you what you're actually seeing because that's an individual and that's their life that has changed. So you sort of forget about yourself and how it makes you feel. You just react to there and then in the moment. How can you help them? How can you make it better for them? There was often a time where I just didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel that I could do as much as I wanted to. When you want to make everything better for someone, it's very hard to accept that. I was told that I wasn't in an environment that was very healthy for me. And so to have that taken away, I grasped and grasped to try and plead with them not to discharge me. I have struggled with depression for over 20 years. I have hidden the depression and anxiety, and it has at times, it's led me to want to take my life. It just felt for me that had my life been taken in Afghanistan, although the outcome is the same, that I wouldn't be here, there wouldn't be other people maybe blaming themselves or what could they have done. It's taken a long time, but I now feel that I have more coping strategies. All the time that I hid it, nobody could actually help me, whereas by getting the therapy and getting the help, I now recognise when I'm starting to slip. I know my triggers now. I know that certain situations I will find difficult, so I'll find strategies to be able to get round that, and that's now how I live, and I'm still able to go on and do different things. I remember watching that very first London Marathon on the TV as a little girl and just thinking, wow, that looks amazing. I would love to do that one day. It just took until I was 34 to actually pluck up the courage to go and do that. I remember finishing, and for the first time in my life, I actually felt like a superhero. That feeling of, wow, I've achieved something that I never ever thought possible. It's something that can't be taken away from me. I've done 82 marathons now, all over the world. For me, it's not about time at all. It's about the people that I meet, the connections that I make, and by doing it dressed as fruit, which is how I do most of my marathons, it's fun, it makes people smile, and it's really hard not to smile when you're dressed as an apple, orange, banana. Probably my biggest challenge is I ran 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days. At one point I broke it down to lampposts. I had to walk for a lamppost, run for a lamppost, walk for a lamppost. But I think each step, knowing that you're a little bit further to that achievement, that you're raising money for charity, if people can see me doing that, they might step out of their comfort zone. I never want anyone to have to feel like I felt, being somebody who couldn't speak on the phone for 2 years or didn't leave the house for 2 months. It makes you realise that you can do more than you think you can. Military charities like Walking with the Wounded are essential. There are thousands of people who I believe would not be here anymore, or they wouldn't be living the life that they are now living if it wasn't for those charities. Thank you to the players of the Veterans Lottery. Without you, so many veterans would be in a very, very different situation. Walking with the Wounded is one of those charities that have benefited. And I think that sense of people donating with the hope that they might have a nice outcome, but they're not devastated if they don't. But I think it gives that nice feeling on both sides that the individual who's given that money knows that if they don't benefit on that occasion, it's still going to a very worthwhile cause and essentially has helped people like me. If you would like to help British veterans and charities like Walking with the Wounded, then please play the Veterans Lottery.